Nothing. When you've got an attitude like that, and that's how you need to take off in this health field. Understand the laws, okay, it's all simple, it's all obvious, factual. Tear it up. I mean, this lady's tearing it up. So, when she's old and 200 years old, she's going to sit back and say, well, I fasted for a whole year. My God. That's 5 gold stars today, I think, don't you? This lady needs 5 gold stars and then 5 more for every day she's doing it now. That's amazing stuff. This is from Raw Burbella. Why do MD not have a clue? Dr. Morse tells us here, diabetes type 2 and hypoglycemia are not insulin related, but is a problem of the sugar metabolism. Absolutely. Well known. Dr. Morse, you are saving lives. Oh, thanks. I was banging my head against a wall, investigating on my own, of course, and finally thinking that I might get diabetic. Instead, it is all related to my adrenal problems, so relieved. Now I know what to do. Absolutely. Thank you, dear one, for that. Absolutely. And that's the whole idea of this, is to help us all get the solutions and understand whys, and then help the world too. And I think we're doing a really good job. I really do. I look at these YouTube people are so impressive. They're the future. They're the powerhouse of the future. Do not ask me to pronounce your name, dear. This is an incredible Haudenosauneee 4. Interesting picture. I love the word free under your face. Incredible. And it only invokes visions of the picture, invokes visions, of course. I'm interested in glandulars now from researching my indigenous ancestors, the Great Plains Lakota. Ooh, yeah. I love the herbs from Nature's Botanical Farms. Oh, thanks, dear one. They have been tremendous. One question. The glandulars coming from organic, grass-fed, biodynamic farming, plus healthy and ethically treated animals. Well, this is what we're told, because we don't deal with companies that don't. And those that we are, and we find out, they're out of here. And this is the problem, is finding truth, Even in the natural health field, there's so much crap and lies and stuff, even in the health field. Used to didn't be that way. When you were a health person, wow, you met a real honest person. Matter of fact, Visa and MasterCard called us the other day and said, we just want to tell you guys are a top-rated company because you don't have a lot of, chargebacks and things like that. Because we try to work from the heart, and most of the people in the health field are loving spiritual people. And this is how we need to be throughout the world. If we get that way, then people won't be starving, and we'll help everybody, and everybody's good, and get people back into a state of health. Self-efficient sovereignty, thanks for sharing. Boy, I love this person. Woo, that's a nice person right there. That person is really, I love that freedom sign there for... a lot of people don't realize the suppressiveness of females in the Middle East and stuff. It's like, it's just amazing how these acids are overcoming the bases here on this planet. And it was showing, there was some place in Africa where a female just got elected president, and it was showing the countries around the world that's ran by females, and there was only about 5. This is Dave Hayes. I like that name. The musician, rock and roll kind of guy. He's not a rock and roller. This guy looks like a country western bluegrass man. But he could be a blues man too. You'll have to tell me, Dave Hayes. Let me see. He's going to blast himself with a cleanse of lemon ginger blast juice. Woohoo! He's going to blast himself out. Good man. Thank you so much, my friend. You're a good dude, man. Keep rocking. Whatever music you play, keep rocking. I've had a lot of musicians in here the last couple of days. One guy has his own recording studio, and he's a singer, but, getting problems, and so that's good. Kind of miss my musician days, I just got to someday buy me a guitar again and just tear it up. I'm going to buy me a guitar, and I'm going to buy me an amp as big as my bookshelves. Years ago we built our own amps. Our own speaker systems, and those was the days when the speaker systems went from the small Fender amps, and and we built some big speaker systems for our stage, man. It was good. You didn't see American Idol the other night where they had the drummer there? That guy found this black drummer.
Yeah.
And Steven Tyler's looking at him and goes, "Where'd you get the drummer?" Or "Who's your drummer?" And I knew right then. Anybody that's a musician looked at that drummer going, "My God, who are you?" He tore it up. Yeah. And this was a big black guy. And he ripped those drums. And then Dogman goes, "Man, who's your drummer?" You know, he's going to be getting some calls. Yeah. My God, he was tearing it up. I dreamt, this was from Harmonica Marco. I dreamt about you a few weeks ago before our Skype consultation. We were in a car driving, and you were stopping occasionally, and you'd point out at wild herbs, and you were telling me that they were good for. You know, love from England, love to you. This is what we try to do, is come to you in your dream states and work with you. And if you'll keep awake, you'll see me coming around. I remember one day this lady came in and she said, "Who are you?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well," she said, "my juicer was, I was juicing and my juicer broke right there." She said, "Suddenly you popped right there in my kitchen, pointed at the juicer, it came on, and then you disappeared. And it started working again." And I thought, that's the subtlety of all of us, you know, our capacities to be in so many places simultaneously and to work in these higher realms. That's why I love these higher spiritual realms. Mm-hmm. This one, these bodies are a little inert. This is Nature Lover 53. "Hey Doc, thank you for addressing head tenderness." And that's well, you could even have that, I take it, during detoxification here. And that could be a detox symptom where you could go and be sore here. You could be sore all over. It's amazing to see the body and what it does to get itself well, and all the different changes in the body. It's just, you could never figure them out. And it's frustrating to be at a level where you can't figure out so much of this incredible interactions of chemistry and physics, but we just can't at this level. It's just too overpowering. You've got to get up out of the body and really look at that differently, and I haven't been able to do that in terms of looking at the human, you know, molecular and all that. Could you talk to us about medicinal mushrooms? Oh, no more psychedelics, huh? Medicinal mushrooms. I tell you what, I've got a good immune formula with the baby mushrooms and everything, because the babies are known to be much more powerful than the adults, interestingly. But I don't use it much, because really, when you're asking about the immune system there, when someone says, "Well, I want to rebuild or strengthen my immune system," I automatically go to tissue. I automatically go to bone marrow. I automatically go to the thymus gland. I automatically go to the spleen. I automatically think of the lymph nodes. So I'm automatically thinking of those things, not producing more cells, because that's something that'll take hold. It's the highway that's blocked, and that's the lymph system. That's the highway for the body to eliminate damaged cells, or to clean itself so the blood can bring in the regenerative properties. So it's a lymph that's the big thing, always. And so when someone says, I want to strengthen my immune system," my next statement says, "No, you really want to clean your lymph system," which has that same, which is what the bottom line is. So, and in doing that, then you can enhance and rebuild bone marrow, thymus, any tissue that deals with the immune cells and stuff, the B's and the T's and the like. This is CA Lex 6977. "Isn't iced tea bad for your adrenals, considering the caffeine?" What iced tea? This is water. Hell, probably. I tell you. This is Kevin Patrick 77, the Dutch professor. Yes, I find that interesting. And I have to tell you, this is why I had them order a lot of the older books for you guys at the school. And if you have affordability, get some of them and read them, because, and they wouldn't let me order them in, because we're having 120 at the class, or give or take, and to have that a lot of books enough for them is too costly for us. So we will have books that you can order. But there is so many of these old healers out there and spiritual giants that go way back, that talked about the raw and detoxification and healing and this whole thing. They just tore it up. And this is what I liked about the 1800s physicians and the early 1900 physicians that are holistic minded. They just literally tore this up. They tore up the myth of the protein. They just tore this whole thing apart. And that's where you get a lot of awareness from, is those guys. And it's just like this guy here. Let me see here, that the lymph is the acidic fluid is causes of cancer. Hit it right on. A Dutch professor hit it right on. But that's factual. And those professors and doctors and spiritual giants that are stepping back from the theories and some of the medical consciousness and today the naturopathic consciousness, and starts to look back. It's very simplistic of what's causing man's problems. And obviously when we convert back to the proper tropical type diet, everybody gets well. So interesting to see that. Thanks for that comment. He sounds like a pioneer in chemistry and anatomy. All these guys are great. I bow to them all, to tell you the truth. The works of Jensen, even though he wasn't a vitalist. I mean, everyone that's given up their lives. I mean, when you hear Jensen's story of how he was sanctioned by society in every way, and Christopher the same way, and he was just an herbalist. So, you know, this has been a struggle to bring truth to such a dark world. It's amazing. And these giants have done that. They've been persecuted at every level you can think of. Amazing. Sad. I mean, I still like this. I'm still like this. All these years, I'm still like this, because you never know. You know, it's just, this is the negative forces. And unfortunately, if man would wake up, he realizes that a lot of them have been channels for this negative current. But it's just what keeps creation going. I mean, you know, it's not bad or good. We don't put a definition on it. It's just the way things are. You just have to determine which rhythm that you like to play your music to. This is Stone Pony. Ooh, I like that. 1971, Stone Pony. That'd be a good name for a rock and roll band, wouldn't it? Stone Pony. Yeah, all right. Get your stuff up, man. Hello, Dr. Morse. Let me start by saying I'm an avid follower. Thanks. I appreciate all you avid followers from my heart, because you guys are going to be incredible healers. You're going to know where it's at. You're going to know what's up. You're going to know the time of day it is. And that's really what's happening out there and what needs to happen, because there's too much pain and suffering. Like this poor young man, 10 years old, had, you know, scores of radiation through x-rays and CAT scans and MRIs, and it was easy to tell you what his problem is. And I don't think you're going to have a hard time pulling that 10-year-old out of that. Might take a little time, but what has he got to lose? If it took you 2 years, I think you can do it in a year easy. But if you can do it in 2, so what? That's what I tell people in wheelchairs. If it takes you 2 or 3 years to get up out of that wheelchair, you're going to be up and out of that wheelchair. So what? You know, why, you know, what else do you have to dedicate your life to? And then, of course, when you take a look at all the decubituses, the bed sores and all that sort of thing, and all the UTIs and all the stuff that you go through being sedentary like that, and you can get rid of those, at the very least, you can make someone comfortable in a wheelchair. At the very, very least, in terms of bowel managements and stuff like that, and UTIs and urinary tract infections and decubituses, you know, bed sores and stuff like that. You can keep all that, the spasticity to minimal and stuff like that. And minimally, you can do that to a quad or paraplegic. But then, maximally, you can get them up out of that friggin' chair. Let me see.